Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the vlogs. Currently in my hometown, Tokoroa, New Zealand. It's my family's last week here. We've just sold our family home. Dad's retired, moving off to the mount, but I thought we'd come show you around. As expected, it's fucking freezing cold. Let's go get some food.
When it's not always raining, there'll be days like this. When there's no one complaining, there'll be days like this. Everything falls into place like the flick of a switch. Well, my mama told me there'll be days like this.
All right, just in Tokoroa at the moment on top of Colson's Hill looking out. I was gonna film it, but it's freezing and there's a lot of wind there. But the reason why I'm home, my mum and dad just sold our family home. So we're sort of just helping them move out. Well, they basically moved out as it is and just coming to say goodbye. It's been a big part of my life growing up. It's how I grew up. Obviously you know nothing different. But there's a perception around Tokoroa that it's like rough, and obviously there's a gangster side to it. But if you're from here and you understand it and you understand the community and the people, it's a beautiful place to grow up. Everyone will look after everyone. It's a town that's built on like loyalty and respect. And if you're from here, it's actually one of the, and I'm grateful I got brought up here because to me it's one of the best upbringings you could have. So let's go check it out. All right, welcome to Tokoroa. Whenever I first come into town, so I always come from like the north side, we cruise into town. First place I always stop is CFC. So it's just country fried chicken. All it basically is like fried chicken and chips. But to me, I feel like it tastes better. So, and the same lady's been running it for the whole time. It's a spot here, man. Ask all the Toke boys, they know. Morning. Best spot in Toke. Just got back in town. Yeah. Lunchbox meal, please. And can I get some sour cream on top as well? Thank you. Yeah, yes, please. What's up, brother? You good?
Yeah, come over. How you been?
Yeah, good, thank you. Just got back into town, straight on. Bumped into one of the boys there, but this is the goods there. All it is fried chicken and chips with chicken salt. I put sour cream on mine, but I don't know, something about it just tastes different here. I know there's a lot of country fried places around New Zealand, but as soon as I come back home, this is the first cab off the rank. Not the CFC before you even get home, say hello to mum and dad. So Tokoroa Toke, as we call it, is based in the centre of the North Island. So it's actually a cool place to live because you can go an hour anywhere. You can end up in Hamilton, Rotorua, Taupo, or you can go like coast to coast as well, end up in Raglan, end up in the Mount. So in terms of location, it's actually a pretty cool place to live. And everything's just an hour away, 2 hours to the snow to Mount Ruapehu, or you can go beach either side. And it's based, and there's lots of forestry built around here. So a lot of guys that are from here either end up in the bush, like planting trees or chopping down trees, or they end up in the mill, which is behind me there. So in the late 70s, there was a lot of work coming out of this mill, and it's got this weird smell to it, but it smells weird, but it reminds me of home. There was a lot of work here, and at the same time, there was a big Cook Island immigration here, and obviously my dad was a part of that. I'm half Cook Island. And he literally just retired here roughly about a month ago. So he basically worked his whole life here. A lot of my friends that are still in town work in this mill, and it's a big part of our town. But yeah, that's kind of how Toke got its like population. But that's it there. And when I was a kid, honestly, my biggest fear was to end up here. So rugby league's always been a big part of Toke, and I've probably been an extension of that. I'm basically like the cliche Toke kid. My dad's Cook Islander, works in the mill and just played footy. But this place here, Midlands, was a big part of our childhood growing up. We moved to the sports ground a little bit later, but most of my weekends were spent here. Now it's mostly farm now, but this used to just be footy field after footy field after footy field. And I started playing footy when I was like 5. But we literally spent most of our time on the weekends here. Now, I played for a club called Pacific when I was a kid, and then in my teenagers as well. But that around here, like these clubs are sort of more so based around culture, and so Pacific was predominantly a Cook Island club, so it was sweet. But what my dad did, he actually started a new club called Forestland Falcons, and like when we were kids, junior football was kind of getting overlooked. And what he did, and I remember sitting in meeting rooms within there, he started a whole new club, and the whole focus was just to build juniors up. And he used to run the local touch competition here with all the schools in summer, and then also built Forestland. Now what he did with the junior clubs was he actually named us after like NRL teams. So there was Cronulla, Canberra, Bulldogs and the Raiders, and depending on what part of town you lived in was the team that you played for. And the reason why he did this was because clubs were attached to like nationalities, like Pacific to Cook Islands, it was stopping kids from playing league. So instead of having them attached to there, he just attached them to NRL teams, so made it a bit more appealing for kids to come. And we used to have sales on under 8s, would have about 4 or 5 teams in underage just from our small town. And then down here every Sunday, ball up. And then I used to have to come down early, help set up all the fields. Mum was doing all the sausage sizzle and shit like that. But it was a cool place to grow up. But spent a lot of time in that place there. Yeah, and the good thing about making all the teams based after NRL teams was, I remember him writing letters to the NRL clubs. Some of them said no, but those ones were kind enough to say yes. Was that when kids saw footy on TV, they could relate to it. You know, instead of playing for a club that's attached to a certain culture, they could just play for a team that they recognise from on there. And down here used to be like pumping. So my dad would run the league comp down here. He would coach my team, and then he also coached the Prem side as well. So literally my whole life was based around rugby league because my dad just used to love it. Used to run a Vaiki cultural group as well, so had to do like Cook Island dancing on like Tuesday, Thursdays, and we performed in like pubs on the weekends. So man, your boy was busy, man. No days off. The OG no days off. But the cool part about it is you've seen it like fleshed out. So me and Quade started playing together down here from like 5 years old. And then we played together till we were 15, 16. His house is just over here. I'll show you it. We'll go past it pretty soon. And then obviously guys like Zane Tedavano, who was a couple years younger than us. But my dad used to always coach my brother, who's older than me. They're great as well. So guys like that, Richie Kahui come out. I saw Richie Kahui in Gold Coast about 2 months ago. And when he introduced me, he goes, oh, his dad used to coach me. So my dad played a sort of a big part around here, which I'm like proud of. And then obviously got to go and represent our family name and play for Warriors and play for the Kiwis, which was pretty cool because at the time we didn't have anyone who'd come out and play NRL. But pretty crazy to think that like myself, Quade, Richie, Zane, Joey Manu, and our other best mate, Sean Maitland, went to go kill it in Crusaders, Scotland, Lions, and Saracens. He literally just retired last year. It's all come from this little town. But for me, all my weekends were spent down there. It's funny reflecting back on now, like how busy I was as a kid. I'll show you my house soon as well. But Quade used to live by us, and then when he was about 8 years old, they shifted to the other side of town. It's like where we are right now. But he used to still come to our primary school, and so he used to just ride his bike over. All right, so that was Midlands there, and then Quade we used to live here. Boom, close as. So yeah, after we finished playing league on like Sunday, just go like his house, hang out all day, and just go home Sunday night for dinner, get ready for school. All right, so this is the street I grew up on, Grampian Street. So that's like my family house just down there. You can see my brother and my nephews there, but kind of this is everywhere I grew up. And starting from here, this was the kindergarten I went to. So me, Quade and Shawnee all went to that kindergarten. And then this is our primary school as well, so Cargill. But they blocked it off now, so it's a little bit annoying. But it's where the dream started, man, for all the boys. Pretty cool to think that obviously Quade's done what Quade's done, but our other best mate, Shawnee, had a pretty crazy career as well. Won a comp with Crusaders, played for Scotland, British Lions, and picked up a few rings of Saracens as well, so that was pretty crazy. But this used to all be open, like you should just come down here whenever you wanted. And then that was the first Suncorp, man. Very first Suncorp. Lunchtime, snack time, anytime, we're just straight down there, play footy on the field. But to be fair, like Shawnee was always probably the guy. Like when we were growing up, we got my boy Jez behind the camera. We met at intermediate, but Sean was probably the guy that everything come natural to. He was like the fastest at the school, used to win cross country, just strongest, used to win javelin, shot put, and then even like swinging the golf club. So Jez is one of my boys. First time I met Jez was just down there. So my brother's best mate Eli was his cousin, and then met Jez there, and then we went to intermediate as well. But we literally, me, Sean, Quade started from that tiny little kindergarten there. So like, so Sean was always the talented one, like he'd win cross country, golf, whatever. And now the boys are doing a cross country one time and Quade told him the finish line was 100 metres shorter than what it was. And then he pulled up there and Quade just ran past him and ended up winning it. And then got a growling from his auntie as well. So I was pretty lucky, eh? So like literally, like my house is down there. My dad was always like my football coach. And I had like 5 footballs at my house all the time. Like I think about kids now, like no one even had a footy. And I used to be able to grab 5 footballs after school, go down there and just practice kicking like every single, probably like on Tuesdays, Thursdays, whenever we'd have off nights. So pretty lucky. I should try and walk through, yeah. Just try and see how far we can go through here. But like also just on weekends as well. So me and the boys were into D2 Mighty Ducks. So rollerblades were big, but used to just come through here. All the boys used to skate and stuff, or just play like roller hockey out the front with my brother. Always end up in tears, but it's just a cool place to grow up. And this is like when you're a kid, you know, you have to try and run up and touch these. Start of manhood. Oh, these are our classrooms too. Oh shit, teacher. So this was like a main foyer for lunch. We used to always literally just sit there. Like Quade was a proper bully too, you know, those jam donuts. I used to go eat it and then just like shove it in people's faces. So none of this stuff used to be here. So this just used to be grass and there used to be like this massive fort. And then obviously every morning, if you grew up in New Zealand, just court touch down there. That's always the go in the morning. So you don't get like too sweaty before class. And then, yeah, that was it.
That's the school, man.
That's the school. Farm right behind there, so grew up with silage and cows, and there's an electric fence there too. So yeah, everyone had to touch the electric fence at least once. But great, like Richie Kahui come to the school as well. He was a couple of years older than us, so for a pretty small school, it's done all right. The way Toke works is, so you start in town and then like, yeah, a little bit rougher, and then as you get to the outskirts of towns, it's a little bit nicer. So this school was like a pretty white school, so kind of just feel safe. Jez went to North School too, so it's safe on that side. So if you go this side of town and the far side of town, you're gonna be all right at school. And then all those schools around the middle part of town have to fight, man. But I was just thinking about like how like busy I was as a kid. So I was telling him before about how Dad used to run all the comps down the Midlands and how he started Forestland as well. So the club I was telling you about before, Jeremy is the head coach of that now. So he's sort of taken over it and doing good things down there. Won a few comps over the past couple of years, so it's doing well. And then this used to be like a big concrete slab. And then like these used to be like the hockey goals. Boom. So we used to play roller hockey up here, like 1-on-1 or 2-on-2, and then those were like the goals as well. But fall over once, on the elbows, sore. And yeah, so basically this is the house I grew up in since I was like a baby till I left, and Mum and Dad just sold it like recently. So we've been here past 24 hours just hanging out and just sharing memories. Those are my nephews. There's my brother up there, dog, and I think Mum and Dad are inside. Here's my mum. Plenty of memories here, man. Like I said, my dad was always my coach, so we always had like heaps of like footballs in the house. And then, so when I first started, like me and my brother used to play like footy out here, or when you start playing, I used to just practice like rubbers against the fence or trying to pull it up, or practice my left or right pass there. Just started to slowly develop and stuff like that. My whole family's shy too. I'm the only loud one. I don't realise this till now, just how big like this yard was. So this used to be, hey Dad. So this used to be like a goalpost for us. So I used to practice like goal kicking. Like it's pretty small now, but obviously when you're a kid, you used to just line the tee up there and try and swing it over. And this is the backyard as well. I was trying to look for it before, but I used to have this, cross on here. Like I grabbed a knife one time and there used to be a cross around there somewhere where I used to cross it out like that, and it was my target practice. And then when I was about 11 or 12, like I couldn't pass left or right properly, so I used to just like practice singing it against there and then take a step back. And I remember like it used to be used to feel far, like passing this far, and obviously if you miss, you're going over the fence as well, so you have to go chase it. That was a big one. But then used to have like cones around here, practice stepping as well. So speaking to league back then, that was like kind of my thing, and it was the thing that got me up. But yeah, this is where I learned. See, me younger man had a long ball on me too. Learned to back air, and like the goal was always to trying to get to here, and then zinger left to right. And like you probably could do it quite easy now, but obviously when you're like 11 or 12, start winding up and trying to hit it. And if you hit the mark, it's good. If not, jump over the fence, man.
Lobs.
Yeah, man. Practice the lobs. But like, I used to play footy in that back here with the boys. But we used to have a tramp too. So if you had a tramp as a kid, it's basically a wrestling ring. And then, yeah, sort of roll from there. I used to have a basketball hoop up here too. So pretty active kids. Like one-on-ones, basketball, boys used to come over. And go through the house, eh? Nah, it's all right. Yeah, this is same as Izzy Flowers. These are my nephews. Say hello to the camera.
Yeah, you can do the story about we don't have much furniture. Good seeing you.
So this is how we grew up, just a mattress on the floor. It's my other nephew there, same height as me. Nah, this is where we grew up. Obviously just a lounge, used to just be the setup here. And then, yeah. Kitchen, obviously a bit of a mess. We're just sort of winding up everything within the house. But straight to the backyard.
This is the room right here.
This is the room. So this is my room where I grew up. I used to just have a bed in the corner. I used to like love Joey Johns in Newcastle, so I used to have like pictures of or posters of all those boys up there, and then just used to have a cabinet there. And then my brother's room, which he was like a big gamer at the time, so we used to always argue. So back in the day, like we used to have different carpet down here. So the rule was we weren't allowed to go into each other's room, and I was pretty cheeky as a kid, so I would just literally like stand right there and just go like that, like whack my toe over and then hit it, and then as soon as I hit it, he'll chase me down the street and then get a hiding. But the thing was, like, I used to open up these like that, and then as soon as he used to chase me down, I used to run like that and just go like bang, bang. And there was one time he wound me up so much, like I used to wind him up and then run to the bathroom and lock it. Oh, he used to run to the bathroom and lock it, and I had this like big broom. I was like, fuck this, just going bang, bang, trying to break down the wall. And then the second time I had it, man, kind of switched on. I was like, oh man, gonna get another hiding. That was it, man. Humble beginnings. The go-to in Toke, man. If you don't have one of these, probably gonna die, eh? Grateful for it now. But yeah, that's just the home, and we're just gonna cruise around Toke and share some stories with Jez. So, what do you reckon, bro? Just all on the.
It'll be me that wrecks it every time, I tell you.
Ready, one from the back.
Ready, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Speak for 3, 2, 1.
That's camera.
So like we've got like two groups of mates. Obviously you got Shawnee and Quaid. We all went to primary school together. Like basically grew up at each other's houses, like their parents and my parents and vice versa. And then next group of mates was obviously like Jez. Tums was been my mate since I was 5, so I played footy with him. We were in like cultural group, and then we all linked up with these boys as well. But I was just thinking, bro, like. It's hard to explain Toke to like people that aren't from here, because there's like, you know, there's like the gangster side of it, but there's like a different side of it as well. Like there's guys that are just big into sports like us boys. But like, how do you perceive Toke to be, bro?
Yeah, it used to be like that growing up, I guess. Different cultures and that, eh? But it's all good now,
Yeah.
I guess. I guess I don't really know too much different.
Yeah, and like the thing about it is like all these like smaller towns, they're kind of governed by like a gang, and like in our town, like Black Power are like the gang within this. So even though like I didn't grow up in it, but you sort of seen it around you as well. The good thing about this town is like loyalty and respect's like a big thing, and then like if you don't, there's like a consequence. Does that make sense? Or like I was trying to explain this to someone else where
No, it is like that. Like if you're part of a group and then you go on to the other side,
Yeah.
it's really easy for them to like turn on you.
Oh, for sure. And like the consequence here is like you probably have to learn how to fight. So like you learn respect pretty quickly, and then if you don't, like, and respect comes in heaps of different ways. It's like respecting people's cultures, respecting like age groups as well. Like when you're younger, age groups kind of matter here. So if you're sweet with the older boys, they'll look after you. And like I was thinking about this before too. It's like each group, each year in school, there's like groups within groups. So like our group was like me, Jez, Aaron, Tamator. Like we had a group, Vinny, and like we were just called Usos. But then all the other ones were kind of like low-key gang affiliated. So now one was like CBS and one on a DUSA. It's like I was trying to explain it to someone over there. I was like, every year it's got like a low-key gang affiliated towards it.
Yeah.
Or you're in a group of people. But like our one was just pretty wholesome. We were just into sports. These boys were big into music.
Yeah, we're like, I guess like myself and Aaron, we sort of grew up with church. There's like, well, there's other ones that were sort of like you're saying with the gangster ones, and then you have sort of like us. They used to just like, the church ones, I guess, growing up.
And these guys were part of a band called As One. They won like Pacifica Beats down there, so they'll never say it on camera. But
Sky wasn't it?
I wanted to be in it, but the boys wouldn't let me in, man. Had no skills on the gat. So you'll meet Aaron in the next vlog. So these two boys were like the main singers with a few of the other Sa boys, Tupatola boys.
Yeah.
So like always around singing, always around like music, culture, and sports. So and it's probably the side of Turkey you don't see. You know, there's probably like 3 demographics where people fall into. Like there's a gangster side, which, and to be fair, most of those boys are cool dudes if you know them.
Yeah.
There's a sports side, which is a big part of Toke, and we've had a lot of success of people coming out of there. And then there's just the knockabout guys that work hard out of the mill, come home, watch the Warriors, and go fishing and hunting, you know. And those are like the low key. That will be the foundation of Toke, of all the guys that are built here. But probably all the other side gets glorified a bit more, you know, because it is interesting to watch.
Yeah.
I watched that TFS podcast and they were doing a lap around Toke and talking to all those Black Power boys as well. And like that's just the life that they live, you know. But this is just the life we live here too. So mad place to grow up.
Yeah. Funny story. When I first met Izzy, like Izzy was saying before, like I was at Eli's house, one of the other boys, and we were just playing outside, and then him and Sean had come past in their scooters, and they sort of knew Eli, so I met them through that. But my first actual like what do you call it? Interaction with Ozzy is when we started school, bro. So I remember my first day of school, we got put in like separate, like in particular seats, and Ozzy was at the back, and he was complaining because all the boys were getting sit in the front, and he was at the back by himself. And I remember walking in, and then my seat was next to Ozzy at the back. But after his complaint, when I put there, he was like, "Oh, at least I'm sitting next to someone cool." And I was cracking up, and I still remember that day like it was not like yesterday. And yeah, hard. That's sort of my first interaction with the bro, and since then we sort of,
Been boys ever since.
But yeah, that was just a crack up moment.
Yeah, so we're just down at the sports ground now. So this is kind of like the foundation of everything in Toke. A lot of things revolved around sports. So touch here every Thursday. Everyone played touch. Always playing like held up at school or even basketball at school. Is this still your league club?
Nah, not anymore.
What's in there now?
Nothing. They're gonna bust it down, bro.
Oh, really?
So there was the league club.
Yeah. Oh, bro, what's going there?
It's busted. Oh, they're making something else.
I This was it, man. Like literally, when you're a kid in Toke, all you sort of dream about is just sort of playing down here and like playing well. And then what happens here on like Saturdays and Sundays, like all the cars come up, and then if you play well, you know how Panthers got that. If you get the horn beep for you, that means you're doing something right on the field. So depends what team you play for. We used to call it the Shark Team. We play for Sharks. What's it now? Business.
Yeah, we call it the business, but.
So there's 2 teams in there, Sharks and Falcons, and we just call it obviously sharing the fields, but like.
And surf rugby is on here as well.
Oh yeah, so surf's down there. So that's the rugby union, and then these used to be like the league club rooms. But Saturday, this is where it's at, and then obviously once you start going well as well, the whole team will start to come down, and it's kind of cookies, sharkies, and then Forest Land's a bit more mouldy.
Yeah. Traditionally, that's
Traditionally what it's been like. But so me and Tom started playing Prems down here when we were like 15, 16, and like we had a mad year that year. So we had a really good side coming up. We probably would have lost about 4 or 5 games to about 15, 16. Used to win all the comps. And this is when Quade, and to be honest, bro, a few of the other boys probably could have kicked on and played NRL if they really wanted to. Just got caught up in their Toke lifestyle, you know, partying, girls. But me and Tums used to play down there for the men's side. We're about 15, 16, and the Sharkies were pretty good, but we just had a mad year that year. So I come and played halfback off the bat. Tums played fullback, and we got knocked out in the semi-final against Emerson City Tigers. But I remember playing Kawato for the first time, and it was the first time we played like Mungo Mob, and they obviously knew we were from Toke. We had no gang affiliations in our team, but like pretty scary, man.
Yeah. When I came to Forest Land, we had heaps of black power in our team.
Oh, this?
Yeah, we had heaps of them. But like they always get talked about, like, you know, in that negative light, but they were actually really good when we came here. They sort of looked after us and took us under their wing.
Yeah.
So that was mean, and even seeing them around now and their kids, like I've coached half of their kids. You know, it's just a full circle, eh?
And that's that's the thing about those, like all the gangster boys or like all the black power boys. They're all actually good dudes, bro. If you know them, you just gotta like treat them with respect, or else, like, you know, it's just sort of the rules around here. But when you grow up around it, or you know, like getting a hiding isn't a genuine option in Toke, you sort of learn about respect pretty quickly, eh? But honestly, all the boys that play down here, once you get to a certain level, you kind of get like a little bit too good for your age, and then just start playing with men, bro. But all the men look after you as well, so they show you some of the bad things too. Start drinking at 15, 16. But the thing about like the clubs here, they're almost like a gang as well. So once you're part of a team, they all look after each other as well. So example of this is me and Tums. Like Tums was like the quiet guy in the group, but he could always fight, but he would always look after me. And that way I'd just sort of bounce around loud as. But what we used to do, we used to go party at one of the boys' Paddy's houses, and then we used to walk down here, jump over the fence, and then there was a bowls club behind there. We used to go to parties, but we were too young to buy drinks. So all the boys would just give us like Waikatos or cruisers or whatever. We had no money. We'd just drink up at Paddy's house, then come to the parties, but we'd always be in like our Sharkies tops. And then once we're in our Sharkies tops, it was kind of like a blanket of safety, to be honest, because like if anyone touched us, like the whole party was going to come over. So I probably used to abuse those rights a little bit. I should have got way more hidings as a kid. But
Yeah, this guy's number one.
it used to be cheeky, but growing up now. Like
There's trainings now. Some rugby trainings, league training.
Bro, do you know what the crazy thing about Toke is? Like, heaps of guys were gonna like a lot of things. Like, we had real good touch players, but all the girls that have come from Toke as well, the girls used to like pump us when we were kids, and then till we got to like, we caught up in height and skill level. Man, heaps of girls from Toke have gone on to kill it as well in NRLW, like All Blacks as well. So shout out to the girls, taught us a few lessons when we were younger. Little throwbacks, eh?
Throwback. In school, used to be. Did you get in school? No.
Yeah, probably like only like downside of Toke is like there's big like kind of big fighting. Oh, when we used to drink, no matter where we hung out, just always be a fight, eh? Just always be trouble at a certain amount, like at a certain hour. Sort of hit that 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, and then broken glasses, people punching on. But it just kind of is what it is. But good thing about this town, I was talking to Quade about this the other day, was like if he got into a fight, he got blind shot one time. Because it's a small town, they sort of know where people live. So next day, the boys just rock over and knock on the door and like just do like square ups like that. Tom was like our best mate. Like they went to go knock on this dude's house one time, and he come out with a crossbow. Like one crossbow's a fucking random weapon to have, but he reckons he's seen it and he's like, oh, started like running down the street, but he's trying to do like zigzags, so the crossbow couldn't hit him. Small town shit, man. But like, sorry, another reason we're back at the moment, so me, Jez, Aaron, Tums, Three of us are doing like a half marathon in the mountain, so we just sort of made a promise to each other at the start of the year that we'll do something like that. So the boys have been training for it, but just a good way to sort of hang out again, instead of just always coming back and like just drinking and shit. Just like do a goal, work towards it, and then when you go play some golf after with Benny Madalino. So I think Te Ao Poseidon is going to come too, to Alan. He hasn't replied, so he might be pulling the pin. Oh, netball courts, man, every Saturday for the boys. Because the boys used to play, like we used to play Friday nights for league when we got a little bit older, and then next morning straight down to netball, and then the first 15 used to play not long after. And that was like our weekends. That's all we used to do. And then now just heading into like our main little town part. Food capital of the world, man. Some of the best food in the world. I used to say this all the time. I've been to China like 5 times. I reckon like Turkey's got better Chinese food. Man, just the food's not good for you here.
It's not good,
That's
man.
the catch. Obviously got all your standard stuff like BK, KFC, Macca's.
Macca's.
And then this is our main town part. Let me show you the outside,
KK's Bakery.
Bro,
Fish
basically,
and chip shop.
don't sleep on that east and west, man. That was the spot we used to eat at growing up.
Yeah. Milkshakes. There's a bar there. Another fish and chip shop. Dairy. Another bakery. Another dairy. Another bakery. A kebab shop. Then there's a chemist and a laundromat.
That's Toke, man.
That's it. Lollies. Save Mart. Pizza Hut. And the very butcher here today.
That's the spot.
It's the spot here. CFC. Sour cream. Oh wow. Oh, bro, you even had the island shop either. Eh?
Yeah, so I wonder if they're open.
Yeah, it is.
There's the spot there. Heaps of islander food. The cool thing about like all the fish and chip shops here, because there's a big islander community here, Cook Island, Samoans. Like you can go to fish and chip shops and get like raw fish like everywhere. You know, like when you're in Australia, like that's like a delicacy that you only get every now and then. But
Go over there.
Huh?
Go over there.
But Toke, man, you can get it any day of the week. Down there?
Yo. That's the spot over there, man.
Jez, like he got his first ever kiss was with a girl down there, and I was sounds weird, but I was watching it, and like he went to go kiss a girl down there, and then he ended up marrying her. And how many kids you got? 5.
Five, yo.
Five kids with her, and he just got married last November, so we come back for the wedding for that as well. But literally started down that alleyway. First ever pash, man. Delete the beautiful things. The local warehouse, that's the, obviously, get all your shit from there growing up. Bro, what's the story about those talking poles? I didn't even know,
Nah, neither, to be honest.
So we've got all these like talking poles, these like Māori ones, but there's a lumberjack one up there because obviously this town's built around forestry. So that's always like, it's pretty cool. Literally our Saturdays, sports, and then come down, hang out in town, and then go home, man. And obviously when you get a little bit older, start going out. Our local pub down there, did it get burnt down? The trees?
Trees, yeah.
Yeah, so there was a pub back down there that we used to all go to when we were kids.
So we're going to Colston's Hill, which is the lookout, eh?
Yeah. And you kind of see that like the whole town, bro, so that's like the cool part.
Nah. Nah,
But used to have the movies just up there, Skate World, which was kind of like ATL, the movie. That was mad. Oh, do you know we've got there's like heaps of farm boys that live here too, because obviously like Waikato is a big farming area, so all the farm boys used to come to school and stuff, and
Yeah.
like hearty dudes. Usually play flanker or number 8 for your first 15, do all the dirty work. But always like white boys, but like still respectful to like all the cultures too, like understood it all. As like most Kiwis are, I guess.
Caravan Park.
That's a local holiday park, man. If you ever want to come camp, don't go there. Have you ever been in there?
No.
And then yeah, this is like Colson Soul, so it's just like a little lookout that looks over like all of Toke too. It's pretty weird that my family's like, you know what's weird, bro? Like I won't be able to come back to Toke and just like your home's there,
Yeah.
like it's gone.
That's what I was just thinking before too. Like, now that it's sold,
Yeah, bro, it feels a bit more real, eh?
right? Straight up.
This
Now
is
when you come, you'll just be going up more.
Nah, I'll still come through. Come for a feed.
Go for a feed.
But we used to do like running up this hill as well. Oh, there's another
Training.
It's a bit, I don't realize how big this hill is now.
I remember we did one session here with you when we had to run up, and then you jog back, and as soon as you get back, you gotta go again.
Yeah.
Like that was your rest recovery. That was sort of the first time I actually experienced like active recovery. Usually just stop, have a rest, and then when I'm ready to go, you go again. But
Yeah, Jez could ball back in his day too, man. Good footy player. And
we're here, mate.
ever bring anyone up here?
Nah. Just bring the food. Just hold out.
This is the hometown, man. That's what I was saying before, like literally like it starts as like a town and then all the houses go out like a little bit rougher, all the schools in there are a little bit rougher when you're growing up. And then as you go onto the outskirts of town, just gets like that, just a little bit nicer, a little bit safer. And then obviously there's Kinleaf down there, that's basically what our town was built around. Starting to die down a little bit now, and that's where my dad worked his whole life. And then our high school was all the way out there on the farm too, because what actually happened back in the day, this town was meant to grow bigger, so they put a high school out there because they thought it was going to keep expanding, but never quite got to that point. So I think there's about 8,000 people that live there now. Some cool people from there. That's probably like good thing about Toke is like once you're from there, like the community will always look after you, they always got your back. They don't have much usually, but always got a plate of food, a few beers, and a jersey if you need it, and a pair of footy boots. While we're here, we're actually signing up for Forest Lane. This is a muster. And then there's like there's the sports grounds down there. That's our one skyscraper, man, down there. We got one 5-story building. I don't even know what's in that. No traffic lights, just plenty of good times and a few ducks. All right, guys.
You seen all the Toke now?
Yeah, basically seen Toke in a couple minutes. But shout out to my hometown, I'm gonna miss it. Obviously this has been my big part of me growing up, and all my friends I grew up with, I'm still friends with now. So like family, community, loyalty is big in this town. Obviously got the best food as well, so gonna miss it. But I'm glad I got to show you it. See you guys next time.